Yeah, I think it's a second game in a row we've been out rebounded. I definitely think that is just pure effort, and it's a direct correlation for us in how we play. When we win the game on the boards and we win transition points, that's when we're really really good. For most of this game, we were playing behind, but I do think we fought till the end, and that's something that's really encouraging. And I'm also just extremely encouraged with how we shot free throws tonight.
In the first half, Towson fell to a 17-point lead at one point. What do you say to your team at halftime to turn things around?
Yeah, so we were definitely losing by 17 at one point. I think, I always say the game's not won or lost in the first half. And I think it's just you can't also make a 17-point shot. So it's really just continuing to give them perspective, and just try to exploit something, run something, because they need to see the ball in the basket so they have some confidence.
And then after halftime, Towson came out more aggressive all around. How do you, or what happened that resulted in the loss? Couldn't keep that going.
I do think we ran out of gas a little bit. I think we definitely subbed a little less in the second half. We had some foul trouble early on, so we were just playing with different matchups the whole time. So honestly, I just think it was sustainability as far as keeping that energy, keeping that effort. But again, we're learning a lot about ourselves. We're learning a lot about adversity, and this team doesn't like to lose. So we'll just continue to learn and grow, hopefully, from this.
Patricia, I know she's coming off an injury recently.
Hmm.
She's your only player that hit over double digits coming off the bench. Only
Hmm.
player to hit double digits besides Kylie.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
How you're good? How do you plan to use her as the season goes on?
Yeah, so Pat was my first signee when I got here. So, I've always known that Pat is this talented. She can score. She's a competitor. So it's really just we go as far as she can go, from coming off the bench, and I trust her. It's just giving her, that hey, you got this. We're gonna play you. We're gonna just find your way, find all of our way into these rotations.
After the first quarter, I know you guys struggled keeping the ball, protecting the ball with 8 turnovers, but you managed to do well with only five turnovers throughout the rest of the 3 quarters. What do you say to your team in that moment, just trying to keep their head in the games and keep them focused and not worried about the past?
I try to stay in the moment. Each possession is that possession, and I think that we're doing a little bit of rushing, a little bit of just pressing the issue. I think somehow, you get to this point, you get scouted. So people know your deficiencies, people know your tendencies. So I think, Princeton, credit to them. They did a great job of knowing who likes to drive left and trying to force them to drive right. And then we were forced to drive right and we turned the ball over. So I think from just us continuing to rep our skill sets and rep our shot making ability, we'll be fine.